The Will You Grow Show goes live Sundays 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. To receive notifications, click the subscribe button beneath this video or visit YouTube's Will You Grow channel to see more shows and videos. And now, here's Will You founder Angelique Medow with this week's Will You Grow Show.
Welcome to the Will You Grow Show. How are you? I'm Angelique, founder of Will You and WillYouGrow.com, an inspirational multimedia company that provides education and mentoring to nurture empowerment and joy. Our weekly Grow Show begins by tackling touchy subjects that'll tickle your tempestuous thoughts, fan your eternal flame, and salve your soul with hope. Halfway through, we'll take a 60-second look at what people have to say about us, and then we'll go hands-on to share tips and tools to begin implementing today's lesson into your life. Here in the studio with me today are our audio aficionado, Ben.
Howdy.
There he is, right there.
And our video Santa, Neil.
Hello.
They help make this show happen while sharing their colorful commentary. This episode is sponsored by Life and Nature, who keep our hearts beating and our world turning, and by the Carrie Campbell Foundation, which supports creative video content that increases love among all people. Love that! We say thank you to the Carrie Campbell Foundation and each and every sponsor and donor. We'd also like to thank each and every viewer who hits the subscribe button and the bell to receive all videos, the like button, and the share button today. Your likes and subscriptions notify YouTube to make this video easier for people to find. So your subscriptions, your likes, and your shares help others receive inspiration and joy, which is what we're all about. Now, on to today's episode. How to give a heartfelt apology. Each of us has fallen off our own apple cart and done something we regret. One of the best ways to get back on track and strengthen our willpower is to truly apologize to ourselves and to others with our whole heart. Recovering from mistakes isn't easy. Let's face it, it can be hard when we mess up and need to apologize. It can feel deflating and devastating. Maybe we made a mess in our relationship, our home, and/or our business. Maybe we notice that the people in our life don't like us, or that they don't like living with the messes we make. Maybe we're desperate and afraid that they will leave us. And we may not know how to apologize or set things straight. Though we may be tempted to lie, it will surely fail. It's just a matter of time. After our mistake and before an apology, there may be a haunting threat of losing all the good stuff in our life, joy of all kinds, including people and things. Under the weight of this threat, it can be very tempting to lie in an attempt to cover up our mistakes and mess, and in hopes that we'll receive a quick pardon. In this situation, the choice to lie reminds me of a story of a wife who finds someone else's cookies in her cookie jar. When she asks her husband, the only other person in that house, quote, "Did you put someone else's cookies in my jar?" unquote, he replies, "No, it wasn't me." Well, this lie is sure to fail. The next best thing, and one step up from a lie, but still a lukewarm attempt to skate between a lie and a heartfelt apology, is a half-hearted apology. In this instance, we might say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry." But we're still focused on our own pain and our own gain. We're focused on what we get, or what we hope we're going to get out of apologizing, such as a return of the warm bed, the solace of not feeling wrong, or to salve our fears of being abandoned. What makes this type of apology half-jacked is that we already did something crummy to someone, and now we want that same someone to give us something. Forgiveness, a do-over, a get-out-of-jail-free card, etc. This kind of half-hearted apology is less of an apology and more of a request. It's a, please, baby, take me back, rub my back, and get me back on track kind of whiplash. And it's often followed up with a list of lame promises that won't happen. In these half-hearted apologies, we are not focused on the person that we have injured. In the half-hearted apology, we are saying the words, I'm sorry, so we feel better, and hopefully we get the result we want. With no offer to care or support or love the other through the pain and the suffering that we have instigated. Even if we are sorry that we are in this mess, the apology is just sympathetic words expressing regret, but nothing is changing on our part as we continue the same old choices. Here's a note of my experience. Having known hundreds of people whom have chosen addiction as their escape route from fully living, I may have heard every apology known to woman. Personally, if someone in my sphere makes a mess, I prefer to hear nothing over hearing a lie or a half-hearted apology, because I can never get back that time that I spent listening. And any apology that I would choose to listen to is really my choice to allow the sorry person to get it off their chest. Apologies are just apologies, and for me, they're not generally meaningful when not accompanied by change. An apology worth listening to is the rarest, most beautiful, and invigorating kind of apology. It's the one that involves the truth of our whole heart. A heartfelt apology is so rare that some of us may never hear one. It involves knowing and sharing our true thoughts, our true feelings, and our weaknesses, and applying our creative imagination to express this sincere regret and attempt to relate, understand, and care for the feelings of the person who has been harmed. This kind of apology is a gift. A gift said to console the hurting person, in spite of the fact that it may be very challenging for us. A wholehearted apology sounds like this. The truth of a wholehearted apology might sound like, quote, I am sorry that I was insensitive, unthinking, disrespectful, or whatever applies to us. There is no excuse for my behavior. I was wrapped up in feeling insecure, selfish, afraid, etc. Instead of listening to my feelings and doing something positive like taking time alone, discussing my feelings, exercising, or whatever, I took it out on myself, you, him, her, the staff, etc. My mistake has consequences, and I am willing to accept them. I am also deeply sorry and won't ever do this again. That's imperative. By the way, that's always missing from people who aren't sincere. It may be hard to believe and hear right now, but this is my plan to make sure that I never put anyone, including myself, in this situation again. And this includes creating and sharing your own foolproof plan here. Without this step, the apology is nearly worthless. It's just talk. I know I cannot change what happened, but what else may I do to help? Now, you might be listening to all of this and thinking, yeah, I've heard of a lot of apologies, but I've never heard all of those things in the apology. Sometimes it's because people don't really know how to apologize, but most of the time it's because they really want to skate. They don't really want to be accountable for what's happened, and they don't intend to change. They just want to change the pain that they are in. So, I'm not suggesting that if you're listening to this and hoping for an apology, that you offer these tools to the person that you would like to apologize. It's simply some information for you to acknowledge whether or not that person who's in front of you attempting to apologize is truly making a heartfelt apology, or whether it's an attempt to manipulate you. Then you can decide for yourself what you choose to do. A step towards greatness would include the following. We've all been on the giving or receiving end of an apology. The question is, if we're going to apologize, are we willing to do it with our whole heart? Saying I'm sorry to ourselves and others can be a healthy, healing step as we lighten our load and quicken our ability to become empowered. Like carrying a 100-pound pack on a hike over the mountaintops, carrying burdens of guilt and regret make our journeys that much more difficult through life. Instead, if we muster the courage and follow through to apologize and change, we can unload our baggage and walk easily over cliffs and through the forests of life. And now, I'll turn it over to you to consider. Could there be a heartfelt apology welling up inside of you? While you think on that vital question, we'll take a quick break to see what people have to say about us. When we come back, we'll hear from the crew and talk tips, tools, and elements from Mother Nature to free ourselves and apologize today.
The Will You Grow show will now take 60 seconds to check in with you. If you're wondering how to apply a Grow Show topic to your life, here's what people say about mentoring with Angelique.
So most people, when they hear willpower, they don't think can-do power. They think willpower. Willpower to do something that they really didn't want to do in the first place. If I want to eat a cookie, if I have willpower, I won't eat that cookie. But what's really still true? I really wanted to eat that cookie. It's impossible to win using that old paradigm that I think we mostly think of as in willpower. And it took me a long time to realize that when Angelique says, will you, she really means, will you? And it is a question, will you join me in doing this work? In my life, will you? I get it. I can. I will. I will be open to doing whatever the work is that calls me. I truly have appreciated and do appreciate having Angelique around. She's taught me a lot, and I think I've come to a different place and a great place because I get to know her.
This is your girl. Self-care is not selfish. If you really want to dig deep and stop living on the surface, then schedule a conversation with Angelique.
And now, back to the Will You Grow show with Will You founder, Angelique Medow.
Welcome back. Before we dive into tips and tools, let's see what the crew has to say about today's topic.
For me, there's levels of apologies, sort of like, I think you sort of touched on this. If it's like a half-hearted one, I can accept that. I'm not super demanding. I think some people, have different ideas about it. But if you can't even do the half-hearted, then it's like, that tells you everything you need to know about that person. So it's just like checked off, noted. And then if it's a half-hearted one where they do acknowledge it and say sorry, it's just like, okay, everybody's busy, you made a mistake. Now if they keep doing that and keep offering the half-hearted, then it's like, all right, you're down a level back with the other people. You just took a little bit more time to acknowledge it. And then if it's a sincere one, it's like, that's a really special thing. It's like what you're saying. You probably count on like one hand how many of those you get in a lifetime. So, yeah.
I wonder, does it depend on the severity of what they need to apologize for?
That's true.
Or or should that not even factor into it? I mean, if you do something bad and you need to sincerely, heartfeltly apologize for it. I've been very guilty of half-hearted apologies in the past. Obviously, older you get, you try to fix that, but still, I'm still guilty of it, especially with a teenager.
And another good point
Don't
was
really apologize.
it's you're taking that person's time again to do the apology.
I know.
So maybe you need to think about that. If it's
Maybe you need to
if too much time has gone by,
reevaluate
Neil, just let it go.
reevaluate your life and what are you doing that you have to apologize so much for? What are you're doing a lot of stuff. I'm not speaking from me. I really have. I hope I haven't done that. I apologized to my mother a long time ago for everything I ever did. Say, I'm sorry, Mom. But yeah, I wonder, it's a reevaluation of you if you are constantly having to apologize for every little thing, that there's something deeper down that you need to fix.
And it must be inauthentic because you're not doing the work
That's right.
to change so that you're not having to.
Obviously, yeah,
apologize.
you're continuously having, some people continuously having to apologize. It's like when politicians apologize. I think that is the, in my opinion, textbook definition of a half-hearted apology. When they stick their foot in their mouth and then they have to turn around. They're not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it for PR reasons.
And on that note, we're sorry we brought up the P word.
And we are. We're so very sorry about that. I apologize. I will strive to do better and not mention the POL word.
Well, if people get a result that they want the first 10 times that they apologize for the same thing, they're really just, they're getting a reward. Basically, they apologize, they get what they want. They apologize, they get what they want. They apologize that they get, so why should they change?
Yeah.
But the long-term result of this, which I've seen over and over, not only in my clients, but I've also experienced it in my own life, is that eventually there's very little, if any, respect left for that person. And you don't believe anything they say because
That's right.
they've
You've
lied so
heard,
many times that all of a sudden they might as well tell you that it's cloudy outside,
Right.
and you'd be like, you wouldn't even hear it because
You've heard this shit before.
Yes, that's right. And it smells the same every time. On that note, it's metaphysical tool time. Our healing stone for today is bronzite. Ben, would you tell us about the healing capacity of bronzite?
Yes, I would. The following information is from CosmicCuts.com. Bronzite is a lesser-known stone, but certainly one that deserves a place in this list of crystals for strength and personal power. This stone is especially useful for emotional strength and for handling difficult situations. This is because of its grounding, stabilizing, and balancing energy. Another lower chakra stone, it helps to reduce self-doubt, insecurity, and self-defeating thoughts. Instead, it inspires decisiveness and determination to take action and overcome challenges. Not only will bronzite reduce feelings of helplessness, but it can instill hope, remove fears, and help us handle difficult situations with composure and kindness. Known as the Stone of Focused Action, bronzite can help transform our life through harmony and flow, all while feeling confident, courageous, and centered.
And our healing animal for today is the koi. Neil, can you share with us about the koi fish?
I certainly will. We all love a good koi pond. Originating in China, the koi fish is revered in Japanese culture for its strength and infallible courage. Depicted as swimming upstream, the koi symbolizes strength of character, determination, and resilience. Koi fish are known for their tenacity. They can climb rushing streams and waterfalls until they reach their destination. They are determined fighters which do not give up. In addition to their beauty, koi are known for being very courageous. They face challenges head-on without backing away, and this allows them to overcome obstacles and achieve.
And our healing flowers for today are the white and pink begonia. Lovely summertime plants. They bloom all summer long. White begonias symbolize purity and innocence, and pink begonias symbolize love. These flowers are grown all over the world. A typical meaning of the begonia flower is harmonious communication. They symbolize peaceful transactions between individuals, businesses, and within one's self. Begonias are often interpreted as a symbol of peace. In many cultures, they are given as a way to end a feud or an argument. And you may give your friend a begonia when you want to tell them that you are sorry, or if you're ready to forgive them. So they're the perfect gift for today's topic. So what say ye? Are you willing to consider giving someone a wholehearted apology today? Please share your thoughts and feelings in the comments section so we may learn and grow together. As always, we thank you for watching and sharing time together. And if you liked today's show, we'd be honored if you'd hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive all new videos. Hit the like button to let us know that you like what we're doing, and hit the share button to share this message with people you care about. We ask for this because each time you share our video, it becomes more visible via YouTube, which allows new people to more readily find and watch the videos and receive inspiration and tools for their healing. Your likes, shares, and support encourage healing, and that's what we're all about. If you'd like to see more videos, click the green Will You button below, then scroll down. And if you'd like to mentor with me, feel free to schedule your complimentary conversation at willyougrow.com today, and I'll look forward to speaking with you soon. And for now, we bid you adieu. Take excellent care of your very fine self, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Always with love, from Angelique.
Hooray!
Go team!
Hooray!
For more information about programs offered by Will You, mentoring with Angelique, and to watch video success stories from clients, explore willyougrow.com. If you or your company are interested in inspiring our mutual audience by sponsoring this or another of our programs, let's talk about it. Boost viewer confidence and trust in your company. Call 1-833-WILL-YOU, then press extension number 6. Make sure to click the subscribe button to get reminders before upcoming shows.